Hello there, I'm the Star Wars guy, and welcome back to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Of course, my good friend APGAINS is on today, and we have a special video planned for you. How are you doing, APGAINS?
I'm doing fantastic. I don't know when this video is coming out, but your boy and APGAINS were just on a fantastic little podcast, so I hope you guys saw that. We were... The synergy, the chemistry is just there, I must admit. It's just... The flow, the ebbs, the flows, we're like Thrawn, man. It's just great.
Yeah, nice Swigger reference. Got to sneak that in there.
That was good. That came off the top.
That was very good. Man. And today we are doing what you're famous for, and what I've never done, but have been asked a lot of times to do, and that is a roster review. So I posted in my Discord. I said, "Yo, who wants to be roster reviewed?" And a lot of you submitted, so to speak, and we have chosen Mr. Stein Yeager. Stein Yeager is in my guild. He's very active in the Discord, really nice guy, and we're going to dig into his roster, and I don't even think he knows we're doing this until it comes out, so that'll be great. So let's do it. Let's click on inventory here. Let's see what Mr. Stein Yeager is up to. And APGAINS, I'll let you take the floor because this is your field. This is your moment. Don't blow it.
This is my moment. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to mom spaghetti.
I was right off the bat. Say mom spaghetti as well.
The synergy, guys, it's too good. The collabs, they're coming, guys. Yeah. They'll be here.
You know what? We're just going to start a new channel together. How about that?
What? Let's just make a third channel where we both do it. Yes, I love that idea. All right, so right off the bat, OG roster reviewers are going to recognize Darth Vader as the #1 most powerful character. Now, since this is going up on your channel, you might not necessarily have the same viewership I do, so your people might not know the reasoning behind why Darth Vader needs an emphasis. I always almost say Enfy's Nest when I say emphasis now. Star Wars Galaxy Heroes is really messing me up. Emphasis on most powerful character at all times, because when APGAINS was a small child, he played many, many rounds of Star Wars Monopoly. Original trilogy, the other ones hadn't existed yet. I don't even think, let's see. I don't think Revenge of the Sith was out yet. I was a small boy, very young man now.
So this was tens of decades ago.
Tens of years ago.
Yeah.
Tens of years ago. I haven't been alive for only 2 tens of years, but tens of years ago. Anyway, the point of the story is I would always play as Darth Vader because I was afraid if I didn't, he would kill me in my sleep. And similar circumstances here. If you don't have Darth Vader as your most powerful character, he will kill you in your sleep. Star Wars Monopoly dictates this guy has that right out of the gate. So that's a good
and our boy Stein Yeager, it's worth noting all 3 Zetas. Of course, the first you want to always be that Merciless Massacre. And that's not so new anymore, but a relatively new development for Vader. And that changed everything because up to that point, he was honestly really nothing. And that really made him, just took him from the bottom to the top immediately.
Absolutely. Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked, but everything kind of changed a little bit more when Merciless Massacre was added to the game. Definitely. Right. I have it at #1 Zeta that you should grab right off the bat just because I think he has viability. Obviously, there are so many different ways you can go about changing your roster, and that's what I want to get into. There are different paths you need to take, or not need to, but can take in this game. Obviously, you're doing wonderful guides about how to progress towards Galactic Legends efficiently, but the most important thing, barring whatever path you choose, is to actually choose a path.
Yes.
So I'm looking at this guy's account right now, and I think the path is C. From what I see now, it looks like C, well. But if you guys are in a similar situation, make sure you decide in advance what it is you want to do so that you can keep on track, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I'm seeing down here, if we look at his Piet, he has the Emperor's Trap. Beautiful. So Stein Yeager knows what's up. And when I'm looking at Piet, I'm looking at Vader, Palpatine, Stark and Veers, Thrawn, Tarkin. This is all screaming Sith Eternal Emperor to me. He's still missing... who is he missing? I don't see Royal Guard anywhere on here.
He has Royal Guard down there a little bit, sitting at level 80 next to Moff Gideon.
There he is. Yep.
Los Pollos Imperiales.
So his Royal Guard needs a little love, although I do not blame him at all for putting him on the back burner for now.
A great character. Absolutely fantastic character if you want to lose.
Big Red. Yeah, amazing. Amazing for those bottom of the barrel Gax. That Zeta on Bosk, that's a nice little benefit to some GAC there.
Yeah, definitely a Zeta that you want to grab early. You might get comments. I know you got on your last one. People are going to come out, the APGAINS approved, whatever. I have Bosk Zeta at a top 3 Zeta that you should grab because it revolutionizes how you use your bounty hunters. in Grand Arena.
Yeah.
So let's say you're farming C and you happen to already have a bounty hunter team just from passive farms or by whatever means. Maybe you use it for events. Maybe you want Chewbacca for whatever reason. That Zeta on Bosk changes that from an average defensive team to a very viable offensive team because of the recovery protection. So even if you are going for a Galactic Legend, if you happen to have serviceable bounty hunters, definitely a Zeta you should consider grabbing.
And I'm looking at his Gear 12 Veers, Gear 12 Stark, and with the Zetas on those as well. I mean, you have, plus Emperor's Trap, you have a very viable trooper team here. And then you can use that Palpatine. He also has the Zeta on the leadership for Palp, which is obviously a perfect pairing for Vader. You get that extra move right out of the gate. And then throw Thrawn in there as well. Looks like he still needs the Zeta on Ebb and Flow. Odds are Thrawn's leader is a Zeta, right?
I don't have any Thrawn Zetas. I think the Zeta is the Ebb and Flow. One's an Omega.
Because he only has the one? I know Ebb and Flow's the Zeta. I just don't remember if he has two or one.
I think he only has one, but I can probably...
would you agree that Ebb and Flow might be the next Zeta he needs to go after here?
I'm taking a look through. A lot of the characters that he seems to be using and he's focusing on kind of are all tapped out on Zetas, so he can really explore where he wants to spend that.
Look at that Jawa engineer, man. This guy knows his geo counters.
You only need the Jawa engineer. People don't realize that. Some people say you need all Jawas. You just need the Jawa engineer.
Yeah.
Like we talked about in the little show we did. Undersized, man. Undersized with the Jawa engineer. Undersized. We're obviously joking. Don't take us seriously.
So I like to do Traya lead with Vader and Jawa engineer.
That's a good thing. Does he have Traya? Because everyone knows APGAINS' most important Zeta is the Zeta you have when you unlock your Traya, simply because in the early game, those Geos are annoying.
Yes.
And if you have to like diverge counters to go after that Geos, it's nice just to have that Zeta on Traya. But I'd say Ebb and Flow is probably looking like a pretty nice Zeta at this point.
I see Scion down here underway. I see, do we see a Nihilus anywhere?
I'm going to check. I'm going to filter for Sith really quickly here.
I don't see...
we don't.
I don't see Traya either. And this is a young account. He's not even quite at 1 million. Not having Traya at this point, not a big deal and not that rare. I mean, it would be surprising if he did have a strong Traya at you see he's at 922,866 galactic power. So this is
very specific of you.
Definitely an early game account here. Or, well, I mean, if as soon as you hit level 85, I suppose you have entered the mid game. But a lot of times I think, I would still probably say until you hit about 2 million, to me, that's early game. And APGAINS, you like to break it down by divisions and GAC. So you say, 10, 9, even maybe 8 early game, or is 8 kind of starts to get into the mid game?
I usually classify early game as pre-85, and then now the Galactic Legends are in the game, it's a little bit different because I used to quantify the end of the mid game and the beginning of the late game as you have both Revans and Malik, because at that point you have more, or what I say is if you have enough teams to where you do a full GAC, you place a good defense and you full clear, and you still have teams left over, that's kind of where the end game starts, because at that point you're specifically going after teams with direct counters, not necessarily just using whatever you happen to have.
Right. So by that definition, my 5 million GP main account is still very much mid game.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So the late game, I would just quantify as when you have more than enough for Grand Arena, but obviously it changes as Galactic Legends make you use less and less teams. So, not necessarily a stagnant metric by any means, but I definitely quantify this as a mid game count right here.
Do we have any other thoughts on characters? Let's talk a little bit about where we think he should invest his resources and who he should kind of go after next, and then we can move over to ships and have a look there as well.
Absolutely. So he obviously is, well, I say obviously, we've kind of insinuated that he's going for C at this point. It looks pretty clear. He could not be. Maybe he's just a huge Imperial Troopers fan. That could be the case.
And there are a lot of them out there. But I think if you're going down that route, you might as well go for that Galactic Legend.
I would say he should just continue with the farm. Obviously, he needs a lot more gear for those characters.
Yep.
But if he has spare energy, it's always nice to pick up your Jedi, because Jedi have such viability, and Bastila Shan is a pretty quick farm. So if you can pick up Bastila Shan and a couple other Jedi just have a serviceable, at this point they're going to be a defensive team because you haven't focused so much into them.
Right.
Maybe that'll give you some extra breathing room on offense because, you'll have a substitute solid defensive team.
And that way you can save farmable from fleet energy, right?
You can, yeah. You can get her in a hard node and fleet, so she can go a little bit faster that way.
And she's accelerated. And Jolie, I know, is a fleet node. So the reason I bring that up is because early game I've found, going back and starting the 2 smaller accounts that I have that are around this GP level, I always struggle to know what to do exactly with my fleet energy, because you hit a wall pretty quickly in fleet where you're not going to be advancing past a certain node without putting some resources into your ships. And for me, I'm so focused on the characters that always kind of slows down my fleet stuff. So where to put that fleet energy, Bastila and Jolie would be 2 great options.
Yeah, my as some people who at least know me know, my girlfriend who's never seen, well, I say she's never seen Star Wars. She actually saw her first ever Star Wars movie last night, so I guess I can't say that anymore.
Wait, which one?
She knows A New Hope.
Okay.
I didn't want to start her off with Phantom Menace.
Okay.
I feel like I would have, as she learns more of Star Wars, she would think back and then dump me, and I couldn't have that. So
start her off with Attack of the Clones, and she's just like, wait,
what's going on? Why is Yoda talking in normal sentences for this one movie only? But yeah. So in fleet, she had her Jolie and her Bastila at 7 stars before she really even opened those fleet nodes. So what she's been doing is, I think she's going for Anakin Starfighter because obviously she's not doing C, and that's just a great ship. So that brings me to the point where, depending on what characters you're farming, your fleet is always going to be ever changing, because if you're rushing C, you don't necessarily need a really strong 7-star Anakin's ETA. But you could use a couple of Geos, or you could get a bounty hunter because you need those dark side ships at 5 stars in order to get those Zetas. Everyone should always progress towards that. So, yeah, I feel like for this account, let me actually go into his ships, if that's a perfect segue for us.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so if he picks up, let's see, how many he has? 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 4, 5. Okay, so he has all of his ships for the Zeta challenge. So at this point, he should probably spend his fleet currency on, honestly, I'd say, yeah, Jolie Bindo and Bastila, because maybe that will alleviate some of his hard node farms with normal energy, so that he can spend that towards his C characters. I feel like that would be a probably.
And I'm looking here, and I see IG 2000, I see Houndstooth, I see Xanadu Blood. You need to get that Slave 1. I don't see Slave 1 anywhere, right?
No, I don't
get that Slave 1. You're going to have all 4 ships you need for the big boy.
For the biggest of boys.
The biggest
Honestly,
of boys.
A 5-star
Millennium Falcon.
Big boy has really carried me through fleets for quite a while. So definitely an investment that is.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at a 2-star Houndstooth, and I'm thinking, dude, you're 3 months away at least from a 7-star Houndstooth, probably more.
Yeah, I think Nicole's actually at the point where she had her Django a long time ago, thanks to double drops. Now the farming rotation is a little bit different because you get characters faster. She's got like a 2-star Houndstooth.
Yeah,
she doesn't even have boss yet. She just has like enough shards or 2.
And he has the Zeta on boss, so Houndstooth is going to be even more powerful by that. But I see a 2-star Houndstooth, and we go back over to his characters. His Django was at 5 stars. So Django's a little bit ahead. But seeing a 5-star Django tells me he is farming that Houndstooth.
And definitely Houndstooth is going to be a huge advantage, not only in GAC, but in terms of Fleet Arena for these early game accounts. Because especially in Fleet, where I find the most value can be derived from the squad, like for the arenas, in terms of you get the most crystals and stuff like that, having those things that set you apart is super important. Houndstooth is obviously the earliest example of one. The next stage, he already has kind of progressed towards having a strong relic character and a strong relic ship, so that, you know, when you're playing your offensive battles, you can do good damage against.
And Vader's a great option for both of those. His ship is great
too. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I think I cut you off. And Zoom just makes it impossible to talk.
Zoom is a fantastic app. If any of my professors are watching, I love Zoom so much. And then after those 2 stages, the third stage is obviously trying to get a good capital ship, a negotiator, or a benevolence. That's obviously a ways away in this guy's future, of course.
Yeah, and I think the next step, kind of to bridge that gap, would obviously be Chimera. He's working. Yeah, he's working the Empire angle, so he's gonna have a strong Thrawn. So that would be, you know, a step above Executrix, not quite on the level of obviously the other 2. And for some reason, no one ever talks about Radis or Finalizer. So
because they're not worth it. That's late game stuff.
Yeah, they are difficult to
obtain. There are no
obtain.
ship requirements.
That's for sure.
Seed, right? I haven't looked at the seed requirements in so long. Oh yeah, so he's just missing like his Darth Maul and his
you have the Imperial TIE bomber
right?
you need at 6 stars for Sith Eternal Emperor. So
it is a requirement.
Yeah, and it's only 6 stars though. So if you're going for that, I mean, you already have Executrix, you already have TIE Reaper you're working on with those troopers. You have TIE Advanced. I mean, TIE Bomber, come on. That just fits right into that Empire fleet. And then once you get better fleets, that Empire fleet's going to go to defense on GAC, I think. And that's kind of where it'll stay. So it's good to get that to get all that worked up. But you're going to need that 6-star Imperial TIE Bomber. He's probably working on that. We won't see that obviously looking here.
Until he's
probably got that favorited and is working on it. If not, I would recommend he do so. Going back over to the characters, next Zeta, would you recommend the Thrawn Ebb and Flow, or would you recommend something else?
I would say if he happened to have his Jedi completed, I would go for a Jedi Zeta, but since he obviously doesn't have much of that, I'd say Ebb and Flow is definitely probably the next place he should look to spend his Zetas. The characters he has right now, there's not a lot of great options for Zetas, and you don't really want to spend a Zeta on a character that you're going to regret. So at this point, Ebb and Flow, and then maybe sit until you have a couple more characters unlocked that are useful in the later stages of the game. And don't be too antsy to spend those Zetas. Absolutely,
that's something I was going to say that I wish I would have known early. Is when you hit that 20 Zetas, don't feel like you have to spend it. Think down the road. What do you really want to spend it on? And then if you have 60 Zetas when you get there, more power to you. So I think like you said, going with that. Bastila, Jolie. Who else would you throw in there? Obviously, we're gonna go Bastila lead
for that Jedi team. Anakin's always a good one. The problem, you can farm him a little bit in Cantina. So if you ever have a relax in terms of Cantina farms, you can definitely pick up some shards of him there.
I see down here he has Bastila unlocked. He just needs to farm her up.
He's got. What'd you say?
I just noticed he has Bastila unlocked. He just needs to farm her up.
Yeah, I think she's at like level 1-2 stars.
Yep.
But his Jedi are not looking too pretty, and obviously, if you're rushing C, Jedi are not the biggest of concerns. It's more in terms of overall. Eventually, you're going to need to have them anyway. So if you have that leftover energy, you might as well pick some up.
I'm noticing an Infus nest down here.
Yeah, I thought that was strange as well.
She's the last.
If you get her early,
right?
She is. Let me check. I actually don't know. She's pretty late. I think she's tier 5.
I think she's the final node of fleet, unless she got moved, or I'm wrong.
No, the very final node of fleet is like some random gear piece, but I think she's the second to last piece. If I'm being honest. She's definitely down there.
So if he has that nest, that's telling me he's basically completed fleet.
Yeah, his fleet looks pretty good. He's got that relic Vader. And he's got the ship at 6 stars, which is probably tearing through stuff.
That's going to carry, through that one battle that gives everyone trouble. I can't remember which one it is, but it's the just waves of TIE fighters. Everyone recommends that TIE Advanced as kind of the way to blast through that.
I'm not seeing too much else on this account that's either crazy or needs to be addressed to help his player improve. It looks pretty solid. Not gonna lie, it looks okay. How long do you think this guy's been playing for? Do you happen to?
I don't know. I would say, we're looking at, I don't know, 6 months, 9 months.
Probably say about 6 months
for this account.
I think what's really hindering him, and I've been kind of dancing around this because not only sometimes I don't like sharing trade secrets, and sometimes I just like being a nice person. I don't like offending people. Absolutely terrible guild leader, in my opinion. Like just the mismanagement of the of the territory wars and territory battles.
He needs to
absolutely atrocious guild leader. You're the guild leader, right? I was trying to make a joke there. I don't even know who his guild leader is.
What's funny is I am the guild leader, but I don't actually manage the guild. I have officers that do all the hard work.
Exactly, my point exactly. So, leadership is all about being on the front lines and showing people what it means. Lead by example.
No, I'm in my gold palace waving a wand around, or one of those like what do they call those things? It's like I don't know, a staff or something.
A little pointy thing that you're like, attack over there.
Yeah, exactly. I clap twice a lot. I do a lot of that.
You got the big palm fronds going in the background.
No, but for real, I have a team of really awesome officers who do all the hard work, and they're way better at it than I would ever be. And to their credit, we've been undefeated in territory war for a long time.
Wow. My officers are great as well. They asked me to help them. I'm like, I would love to. I don't have time, nor do I think I would actually be of any service to you, so I'm going to have to pass.
Yeah, no, I technically am the guild leader, but I absolutely am just a regular. I just follow their orders.
Kind of like the Queen of England. Like, you're technically in charge.
I'm just a figurehead. Exactly. I'm just like the face.
Like the CIA, the Coruscant Underworld Police showed up. The CIA of the Cup came in and established you as the puppet master.
To that point, I believe I'm in one of my big accounts right now. If I go back home here, yes, you guys are gonna love this. APGAINS is gonna love it too, but he's not gonna be able to see it, so I'll have to describe it to him. Let's see here.
Let me turn your audio up so I can really, bask in this glory. Let's hear it.
Where is it? There it is. Level 69 cup, just for APGAINS.
I love going in. I see opponents, and then I see they got the level 69 cup, but then they never message me. So do they know about me but not know it's me?
That's so funny.
The movement is spreading.
I wish you could do all the relics and stuff without having to get him all the way to 85, because I would love to keep him there. But
I've actually been petitioning CG for quite a while. They don't read my emails, but I've actually, not joking, reached out to them for at least 2 months now.
So then after you hit that level 69 cup, the next step is relic 8 cup, and if you don't get there, you're just a joke.
Yeah, and a lot of people have a problem because they've already level 85 their cup, or they've gone past level 69. And Arnold had the same problem, so I gave him an ultimatum in his stream: you better level 2 your cam. So the next step, if you can't 69 your cup, is to level 2 your cam. But then, of course, if you can't do that, you got to relic 8 the cup, and it's just a long list of things you have to do in order to satisfy me. But I can never be satisfied. So
that's where I am, because my cam, get this, he's level 85. He's 5 stars, and he is 84 out of 85 shards to the next star. And even better, since this account is in my guild, there's absolutely no way we're getting any cam shards for quite a while, because we have a guild designed for beginners. So it's basically we're basically like a starter guild kind of, but like a lot more advanced, a little more engaged and stuff. It's not like one of the game built starter guilds, but we are we're a decent little small mid-sized guild.
Yeah, for the longest time I had 1 cam shard. But shout out to, I don't even remember who it was, some guy in my guild actually got me my 2nd cam shard.
Nice.
So in 328 months I will have cam. So I'm looking forward to that.
Nice. That's what, 40 years? Not good at math.
Yeah, I have no idea. That's a lot of years, many years, many moons, or not moon space stations. I just watched A New Hope last night, so I have too many references in my brain right now. But
I haven't seen A New Hope in quite some time. Any closing thoughts about Mr. Steinjager's roster?
I just want to point out that everyone is looking. It's kind of like everyone wants to know how to get a 6-pack quickly, or everyone wants to know how to put on 40 pounds of muscle overnight, or spot reduce fat, or they want the magic pill to make them live forever. People want the perfect way to build an account. And to be honest, there isn't a perfect way. The only thing that you can do that is perfect for your specific account is to make a goal. So if you have a goal, you know what it is you need to accomplish that goal. It will keep you in line. It will prevent you from straying, bloating the account.
Yes.
Think about what you want as a player and put fun first, please. I know a lot of people who've put GAC first and they have terrible accounts. I mean, they're great accounts, but they're not having fun. Put your fun first. Figure out what it is you want and go get that. That's all I have to say. And
don't be afraid to pile on to what you're saying. Don't be afraid to go after a character that you want, who may not be the best character. Because in this game, it's been proven time and time again. You can invest in a bad character and they all of a sudden become phenomenal. Let's talk about General Grievous. Let's talk about Darth Vader. Both of those characters were garbage to the point that they were laughing stocks of the game. And then they both got reworked, and now they're both monsters. And so the people that worked into, a huge General Grievous when he was garbage, and that was before Gear 13, so the highest you could have got him was Gear 12 and maybe 12 and a half. And, they reaped the rewards. Everyone else had a level 1, 2-star Grievous or whatever, maybe not even unlocked when he was all of a sudden really amazing. And so, never know. There was a guy in my old guild who his favorite Star Wars character is Kit Fisto. So he had a Relic 7 Kit Fisto. And I think he was actually one, if not the first character in this game to have a Relic 7 Kit Fisto. So, yeah, that's just, go for your dreams.
On that note, shout out to a guy on my Discord by the name of The Running Bald Man with a Relic 8 Mace Windu. You're getting your rework soon, bud. I promise.
I fought one of those. It's in the pipe. I saw one of those in the arena. I don't think I fought it. That got a lot of comments on the video that he showed up in. They were like, Relic 8 Mace Windu.
Carries Grand Arena if you're going against Relic 1 characters.
Yep. And if you don't have the patent TSWG Viking gene, that's something that you're just born with.
6'8".
I can't. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, I am 6'8". And yeah, I deadlift.
It's ridiculous. I thought I was tall.
What did I deadlift?
We had a meetup.
What?
I think it was 6. It was at 6:05, but then you tried to add the 2.5s and you missed it because someone was like distracting you. And
sloppy technique. Sloppy technique doesn't count. Can't count the sloppy technique.
Yeah, I thought I was tall. I'm a solid 5'2", and then we did a meetup like maybe 7 years ago, and he was massive. It was crazy.
I'm twice your height,
absolutely
right?
ridiculous.
Yeah, the mountain ain't got nothing on me.
Absolutely nothing. Hafthor Bjornsson.
I love the picture of him literally pulling an 18-wheeler behind him.
Dude, I didn't know I had never watched Game of Thrones, but I love Strongman. I'm like, wait, Hafthor Bjornsson is in the Game of Thrones? I might have to watch this.
Yeah.
Oh, he got no screen time. I was so mad.
Oh, he doesn't say a lot. Yeah, he's just a big, intimidating presence. And anyway, this is the Game of Thrones podcast show with TSWG and APGAINS.
Oh, don't even get me started. Every time Cubs fan Han says that, I get so mad.
Applications gains.
Exactly.
All right. Any final closing thoughts? Where can my audience find you? Hopefully they already know where you are, but if they don't.
I've been really trying to find myself recently. I've been doing a lot of yoga, but if you're looking for my exterior self, not my interior self, you can find it at APGAINS on YouTube, and that's pretty much the only place I exist. Beautiful. You said yoga. That reminds me, there might be a new video series dropping soon on the TSWG channel that will help you with your yoga and your meditation. And that's just a little bit of foreshadowing. That's all for today, folks. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe below for more Star Wars content every single day. APGAINS, thank you so much for coming on. We will see you in the next video.